The hype continues to grow for Green Bay Packers quarterback Jordan Love, and I don't expect it to stop anytime soon. Kyle Bruston-Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Bruss alongside Packer backer, Wisconsin backer, anti-littering. What else is Kyle known for?
Come on, keep it all coming. I love it.
Driving like a Kia boy.
Oh, could we get Brad's mic?
His mic's up and on.
All right, let's.
Well, I guess what he says doesn't matter. But he did say,
yeah, we finally got to shut Brad up. Just move over. We'll try you on this mic. I love that he's like still trying to talk.
He's trying to talk.
He is gonna magically going to work.
All right, now we should be good.
Sharp dress.
Thank you. Thank you, Brad. I need to make sure he got that out.
I like my chair. I don't like it over here. I'm a little too close to
You're
Ben.
way too close to me.
I'm too close to Ben.
This is too inviting for me.
Yeah, it is. I feel comfortable in my space. I don't like this change. You guys know me. I like my discipline, my routine. Yeah. I don't like it over here.
This is like when Graham Gano told you that you're going to have to do kickoffs.
That's exactly right.
He might be able to stretch that mic out for you.
All right, so word on the street is you have the ability to go back, but I kind of want to do one segment with you close to me.
I'm going to do one segment here. I'm going to prove that I can get out of my comfort zone, and I can do this. I don't have my notes in front of me. Think about that.
My notes are Brad.
Arm's length away. I feel uncomfortable. We're just going to riff it, boys.
All right, that's Brad Nortman, all uncomfortable, sweating, turning red by the second. Kyle Wallace here with us, 800-990-3776. You can see Brad sitting uncomfortably on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. And as I mentioned, the hype for Jordan Love will continue to grow. And we are hearing things across our airwaves, ESPN Radio, 94.5 ESPN, 100.5 ESPN Madison, and shout out to the B, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam. But I'll start with Greeny. Greeny had this to say about what QB he expects to win their first Super Bowl. First,
I have a feeling about these Packers. Second half of this season, Jordan Love was as good as any quarterback in the entire NFL with the exception of no one. He went into Detroit and beat the living daylights out of the Lions in their own building on Thanksgiving. He went into Dallas and humiliated the Cowboys in their own building in the playoffs. And you know what? He had San Francisco dead to rights the next week. And he did it in his first season as a starter, essentially his first season, with as young an offense as there is in the entire NFL. They're going to get better and better. If I had to pick a sneaky flyer to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl next year, I would go to Green Bay.
That was Greeny talking
about...
he's
a smart man. That's that Northwestern education he got right there.
Yeah, well, usually Northwestern education doesn't mean you're going to have a good idea of what good sports look like based off the football and basketball.
Knows.
Strong words by Greeny.
No, Greeny knows.
So that was Greeny. And then we had a discussion from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy come about when the odds that I saw from Pato Sportsbook, where the Packers had the 8th best odds to win the Super Bowl. Jordan Love had the 8th best odds to win the MVP. And next thing you know, we blinked. We had Mike from Franklin, I think, called in and said, crap, I drove over and I placed the bet right away. And I hope he got 16-1 because the updated odds right now are 10-1 for Jordan Love. Jordan Love has the 4th best odds to win the MVP award heading into 2024. The 3 ahead of him are Joe Burrow and Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Think about that. And this doesn't mean that your team's going to be the best, but that is the weight that bettors and odds makers are putting on the fact that there's money coming in on Love, so his odds are shrinking. He didn't just go from 16-1 to 10-1 in a week because no one's picking him. People are eyeing him based off his performances the last 10 weeks in the season and the Cowboys game.
If I'm going to be honest, I liked it better when Jordan Love and this young Green Bay Packer team was sort of like Wisconsin's little secret, right? Nobody really knew how good they were. They were flying under the radar. Slowly but surely, they were positioning themselves to be in a situation where they could make the playoffs. Jordan Love's getting some credibility to his name. And before you know it, a couple of big-time playoff games and a couple of shellackings on national TV to the Lions and the Chiefs. All of a sudden, the secret's out, and now the secret is fully out, and everybody is hopping on board the love train and the Green Bay Packers. I'm not going to lie, I wish that it was just still our little secret, because this Green Bay Packer team and Jordan Love's experience year one versus year two, it's going to change, right? Generally speaking, there's 3 levels on your way to greatness, right? There's ascent to greatness, which the Packers just did right before our eyes. There's adjustment to greatness, where you get used to like feeling what that's looking like for always being the hunted and always being where you have to be the very best at each time, spotlight on you. And finally, there's comfortability and excelling in greatness. And I think that it's going to be a bit of an adjustment period. How long will that adjustment period be for Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers before they're comfortable with that spotlight, with that expectation, getting everybody's best shot? That's yet to be determined. But there's no doubt that the secret's out. And the hype train couldn't be moving any further or faster. Everybody's getting on board. I'm not going to lie. I wish it was still our little secret.
See, I like him not being just our little secret, because I like when people get their due. And because with me being a Packers fan, every quarterback that stepped on that field during my lifetime, they got their due. They went out on the field and they performed, and everybody respected them, and other teams feared them. And I don't care that other team. I actually prefer for other teams to fear our quarterback. The impact that Brett Favre had on the team, when Brett Favre was out there, you felt good about winning. He made everybody around him better. When Aaron Rodgers was out there, as Packers fans, remember against the Dallas Cowboys back in the playoffs when he ended up completing that pass to Cook, Jared Cook on the sideline? Remember, they scored.
Unforgettable.
They scored. The Dallas Cowboys scored, and somebody said, and people say, you left Aaron Rodgers too much time. You left him too much time. It was that sense of confidence that everybody had. And you saw it with San Francisco when they let Pat Mahomes get that ball in overtime. They were very nervous because they knew what Pat can do. That's the type of fear I want our quarterback to put into other people, and that is the route that he's going on. So I'm okay with him not being our little secret, and he's earned the fact that he's no longer our little secret. He's earned the fact that he's getting all this hype, because I shouldn't say accolades, but he's getting all this hype going into next year because the boy performed well. And so I'm happy that he's getting what he deserves.
Yeah, I mean, look, he there's one thing to get what you deserve, and that is recognition, and that is knowing that you belong. But he didn't even he really wasn't in MVP conversations this year. He played really well at the end of the year. I'd be curious if he were to have had this type of season as a rookie, which he clearly wasn't. He was a first-year starter after sitting behind Rodgers. What would he look like in C.J. Stroud and Rookie of the Year? Because he's ahead of C.J. Stroud when it comes to MVP conversations. And so I think that says a lot as well, because when you look at those two, they aren't from the same draft class, obviously, but they were first-year starters this year, and they both won a super wild card game this year, right? And so there was the perfect passer rating that Stroud had. There was the perfect passer rating. I think it was perfect. 157.2 is all I remember from that game. That was Jordan Love's passing rating against the Dallas Cowboys. And it's freaking awesome, and we know that because we witnessed it with our eyes. So just juxtaposing those two, I'm like, yeah, I think he's getting his due, but this is high expectation.
It's very high expectations. And Jordan Love deserves to be in this kind of conversation. Does he deserve to be 4th best for MVP voting? I'm not sure I'd go that high, but he deserves to have credit and respect on his name. But here's what I think is happening a little bit, guys. I think that the Favre, Rodgers, aura, Love, script, however you want to put it.
The Green Bay potion.
I think it's being imputed.
They put it in the water.
I don't know, but I'm about to make sure my baby's drinking when I have it.
I think from a national standpoint, I think that's being imputed onto Jordan Love. I think he's getting some Green Bay quarterback credit maybe before it's fully there. I think he's earned, there's no doubt he's earned being in that conversation, but everyone's saying, oh, they did it again. And there's no way you can separate the expectation of what those guys did. That is a high bar.
I mean, it's a high bar, but based off his performance this year, this is why he's in those conversations. The young man had 37 touchdowns and 13 interceptions on the full season, but we all saw the end-of-year stretch where he had 23 touchdown passes and 1 interception. And this is the one thing that everybody is so concerned about, right? And we talked about it here on KBN. People have tape, right? You say, oh, there's film. There's film on it. So let's see how he reacts now. People have film. Guess who else has film? Guess who else has tape? Jordan Love. Guess who else has tape? His boy who's armed and dangerous. What's our guy's name?
Don't give it to him.
No, don't give it.
Don't give it to him.
My boy Steve Calhoun.
now.
And then
Let
also,
him drown.
Wait a minute. And then also, my boy Matt LaFleur, if you think for a second that they're going to sit here and settle and just be okay and think what we did this year is good enough, no, Matt LaFleur is in the lab looking for ways to put Jordan Love in better positions to succeed. He's looking to find the flaws that other teams are looking to fly and try to tell Jordan Love, we got to get better at that. Steve Calhoun, he working on that footwork to make sure Jordan Love is going to be good. His quarterback coach, Steve Calhoun, also a part of KBN Nation as well. He said it himself. They're all putting Jordan Love in a position, and then Jordan Love himself is going to be working this offseason to get better. Do not think that he's going to be okay with where he is at. He got a taste of what greatness can be, and he's going to work hard to make sure he gets that greatness he deserves to reach through his hard work. So that's what I'm saying. We can be all nervous about all the potential and what he has and people having him as fourth best or MVP. He don't care about none of that. Jordan Love is going to be focused. He's going to be a cool, calm, collected dude every step of the way, and that's why I love this quarterback, and that's why I love Love, and that's why I think Jordan Love is a legitimate threat to win the MVP next year because his teammates will also be better next year.
So to be clear, you like the high expectations on
this,
everybody. You like that. You prefer that.
Now this season, and you fellas know this, even going into the San Francisco game in the playoffs this year, I did not want to put too much expectations on this team because of the fact that I knew it was a changing season. It was everything that was new. You had a lot of young faces on offense. You have an inconsistent defense. You have a first-year starter at quarterback. Matt LaFleur adjusting to not having Aaron Rodgers as a head coach. There was a lot of
Quarterback.
things. Thank you. Quarterback as
He acted as head coach GM sometimes.
But my thing is this, though, is there's a lot of unknowns. Now that I got to see how we reacted to those unknowns, I feel more confident in the fact that we can now put a lot of pressure on this team to be successful. That's what I'm talking about, NFC Championship or bust next year. That's why I'm talking about being in the MVP conversation, because they showed me something last year, and I expect them to grow this year.
You have high expectations,
Yeah.
I can tell you that much. It doesn't always work like we want it to work in terms of like, hey, they got to the divisional round game. Well, next step, you know what it means. We're going to the NFC Championship
That should
game
be
next
the
year.
goal, though. That
It should be the goal,
Sure.
but you are saying expect. You expect versus the goal are two different things in my opinion. 800-990-3776. Adam is still rhyming after Brad motivated him after the Packers Puns Valentine's Day message yesterday. Roses are reds, violets are blue. Tell me what the hell Jordan Love can't do.
Oh.
Dave
Beautiful.
Marin says he's so excited about the Packers, and he thinks if we get a top 5 defense, it also feels great to hear national stages like Greeny saying he's about his sneaky Super Bowl winner next season, the Green Bay Packers. What is sneaky won't be sneaky if you're talking about it right now in February. If you feel this in February and the Packers have a draft that excites you, maybe and I continue to say the word maybe, they sign a couple free agents. I'm not going to say they're going to sign Patrick O'Queen or Sir Patrick Queen or whatever Brad rhymed with him yesterday in the Valentine's Day
Patrick,
message.
my queen.
Patrick, my queen. 800-990-3776. Do you like that the expectations are rising for Jordan Love, or is it too much? Also, I saw those MVP odds change. What's a better bet? This one's going to be intriguing. I'm struggling. I really, really am. Because I like number 8 for the Jets on the field. It's hard to like them off. But 20-1 is Aaron Rodgers' odds to win the MVP. Jordan Love is 10-1. What would you put your money? Coming up next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN.
I think it's clear.
Yeah, and if Doc replicates what Booty did last year, or all I'm saying
Come on, guys! His name is Coach Bud!
if he replicates
Coach Booty!
what Coach Bud.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Keep the good times rolling every...
Some jewelry stores in the area are giving big, deep down discounts, as much as 60%. But you know what they're doing, don't you? They're just marking it up to mark it down. That's why for over 30 years, Chalmers Jewelers has offered you truth in pricing. You will always find great value on unique custom jewelry at Chalmers Jewelers. Truth in pricing is what it's always been.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
And Madison.
Okay, everyone gather around. I have some exciting
Running her
news to
shoe
share.
factory, Kendra talks the talk and walks the
We're
walk.
switching to green energy.
She needs a biotech consultant to erase her
In the next
carbon
12
footprint.
months, all operations will net zero emissions.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, what's up? I'm Elle Duncan, host of the Elle Duncan Show. If you're looking for a podcast that gives you a little bit about a lot and a lot about nothing, you've come to the right place. There's pop culture, there's sports, really anything that we find particularly interesting that you're talking about on social media. And oh yeah, I do it with this guy named Gary Streisky, who's a homie.
Hey, Elle, what's going on? Thanks for the mention. Can I get on the graphic now?
No. Follow and listen to the Elle Duncan Show wherever you get your podcasts.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. Get ready for a Saturday night showdown on Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania as defending Division I state champ De Pere visits three-time defending state champ in Division II, Pewaukee. Tip-off set for 6 o'clock Saturday with me and the Dean Dennis Semrau right here on 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, Pasquale's Cantina, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
Big trailers and big opportunity. Since 1962, Stoughton Trailers has been a family-owned and operated business. With competitive wages and excellent benefits, plus growth and advancement opportunities, Stoughton Trailers is an exciting place to grow your career. Join the collaboration, innovation, and dynamic team atmosphere at Stoughton Trailers, with positions now open in production, operations, finance, sales, engineering, supply chain, and more. Go to stojobs.com to apply today. Stoughton Trailers, big opportunity.
Skilled trade workers are the backbone of every community and also the Army National Guard. Soldiers trained to keep the power flowing, engines running, and in every other trade needed to accomplish the mission. These soldiers are on the fast track to learning skills that can set them up for success at home with companies looking to hire the best. Their resumes are being built through their paid training and part-time service. Find out how you too can learn a trade profession by visiting NationalGuard.com. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Got me, and just like boom, 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 yeah, you chained my
On Twitter, at KBN ESPN. Who is a better bet for 2024 as Jordan Love started around 16-1 and is down to 10-1? You got Jordan Love at 10-1 or Aaron Rodgers coming off the Achilles injury at 20-1. I saw a Brad Nortman and Kyle Wallace just tough in their thoughts. No real definitive answer. Where are you at?
All right. Here's where I'm going to go with this.
Uh-oh, let's hear it.
Why do you sound like it was so hard?
Because it is hard. That's why these casinos are so smart. They know how to put these on there. Potawatomi, man, they know how to set these lines. Okay, I'm going to place my bet on Aaron Rodgers. Here's why. First of all, 20-1 versus 10-1. That's already handicapped as a better payoff, assuming he gets it.
That is financial Brad coming out.
Financial Brad coming in. That's a value stock if we ever talk about it. Jordan Love is a growth stock. A value stock can get a little bit more of a discount. For Aaron Rodgers, my biggest concern is the Achilles. How mobile is he? How much is he able to move in the pocket? However, that's never really been his game. What do we know about the MVP? It's a regular season quarterback award. Aaron Rodgers is always good in the regular season. What else do we know about Aaron Rodgers? Chip on his shoulder, Aaron Rodgers is a force to be reckoned with. There's no doubt he can still throw it. There's no doubt that he can still read and dissect defenses. He's got guys around him like Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall. I'm sure they're going to add more guys. They just need to figure out that offensive line. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to come back and have a really good year. My only other hesitation with Rodgers is it would be his 5th MVP. That would tie Peyton Manning for most all time. I think the writers are hesitant to put somebody on that pedestal without being sure that they're sure. With all that being said, I still like Aaron Rodgers. Chip on his shoulder, weapons around him, regular season award, and a guy that we know has done it. That's the other thing. We know that he can put together a full MVP type season for a full NFL schedule. He's done it 4 times before it. He can do it a 5th. It's not taking away from Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love's going to have an outstanding year coming up. Outstanding. Life's going to be a little bit different for Jordan Love next year, too. He's going to be the hunted. He's going to have film on him. I think he's going to be great. I just don't think he's there yet, and I like the odds of 20-1 better than 10-1.
800-990-ESPN, 800-990-3776 on Twitter, at KBN ESPN. Who's a better bet for 2024 right now? Jordan Love at 75% as a better bet at 10-1 to win the MVP over Aaron Rodgers at 20-1, 25%. I think this will fluctuate, but that's a strong start for Jordan Love. Let's go to Ken in Oak Creek quick. Ken, welcome into KBN.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I really think that Jordan's got the chance to become an MVP in this league multiple times. You made a comment before, based on the work he does in the offseason, if he can control or get better at his long ball in stride to the receiver, can you imagine how many more touchdowns he would have had this year?
I actually think it's eliminate
and actually eliminate some of the air balls that he throws. Some of them, when I see him released from his hand, it's like, oh, my God. Because in the NFL, the safeties and the cornerbacks are all fast. I'm always thinking picks, but this year we dodged a lot of bullets that way. I'll hang up and listen to you guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, Ken in Oak Creek. I mean, I do agree that obviously Jordan Love has shown the ability to win an MVP through the 10-game stretch that we talked about of like 21 touchdowns and 1 interception. What does that look like in a 17-game schedule? And despite everything that Ken said, you got to realize what I just said. 21 touchdowns, 1 interception over 10 weeks. So
impressive.
I mean, that is
that's a great problem to have and question, like, how many more could he have had if he put it right on the money so someone in stride, or if Musgrave didn't fall over, or whatever the case may be. Kyle, who's your guy?
Man, this is hard, man. This is hard because Aaron Rodgers, I've seen when people doubt him what he does. And then on top of that, we had another quarterback that left us. And after a year somewhere else, his second season away from Green Bay, Brett Favre put on an absolute show for the Minnesota Vikings, and he had an MVP-type season that year as well. But here's the thing. Out with the old, in with the new. I'm standing with Jordan Love. I understand what Aaron Rodgers can do, but I do believe what Jordan Love will do next season. This is no knock on Aaron Rodgers whatsoever. It is just my praise and my belief in the fact that Jordan Love is going to have an outstanding season. He's going to take that next step to, we talked about him potentially being an elite quarterback, and I believe that Jordan Love will be an elite quarterback. I think next year is when he makes that imprint on everybody and that impression on everybody that they know he is an elite quarterback. And so this is why my eyes will be with betting with Jordan Love, because Jordan Love's going to have a great season, but also his team is going to be a good team as well. When your team plays well and then you play well as well, that all kind of helps the votes to go in your direction. And the Packers had a nice season this year, a really good surprising season. Next year they have a breakout season. They're going to be competing for the NFC North. They're going to be in the conversation for, one of the best teams in the NFC, and Jordan Love is going to have an outstanding season along with that, which will get him that potential MVP title. So I would say Jordan Love over or Aaron Rodgers.
That's actually a really good point that Kyle just made, is that usually the NFL MVP plays on at least a top 3 team in the NFL, right? It's probably a 1 seed, maybe a 2 seed at worst. So that's other part of the equation. Are the Packers or the Jets more likely to be a 1 or 2 seed?
Yeah, and as we normally are in lockstep, Professor, this isn't KBN Academy, producer of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Mornings, 94.5 ESPN, Josh DiMaggio chimes in. Rodgers won't get 1 MVP vote the rest of his career. Now, I tend to disagree, but there is a voter fatigue, and there is Aaron Rodgers versus media. Aaron Rodgers and the media that would likely be voting on the MVP, they aren't exactly eye to eye. And as Aaron continues to be Aaron, I don't think he cares about MVPs anymore. And honestly, to me, it's a couple of things. It is the Achilles. I'm 110% worried about putting money on somebody who's old and coming off an Achilles injury.
Ooh, you don't have belief in Aaron Rodgers with his back against the wall? You think the Achilles is going to hold him back? You don't think it's going to motivate Aaron Rodgers?
I think he's good with his back against the wall, but I don't know if he's stretching with his, hands to the wall and making sure that calf is stretched out so that Achilles doesn't rupture again. He was almost trying to come back too early. He's too volatile for me to put 20-1 odds on Aaron Rodgers. Like, he just is. Plus, is their offensive line any good? Did they get any better there? Is Allen Lazard coming? Like, who's he throwing to outside of Garrett Wilson? What we do know is what Jordan Love did over the last 10 games. I'm willing to bet on knowing what I've seen in 10 games from Jordan Love versus not knowing what Aaron Rodgers looks like on the New York freaking Jets. We're talking about the Jets.
You know what? You said something that is all that matters. You said, who is he throwing to other than Garrett Wilson? Here's my thing. Jordan Love ain't got a Garrett Wilson.
We know that.
Jordan Love is already, he's throwing, see, that's the thing, is Jordan Love is making the most out of the guys that he has. And we're talking about Aaron Rodgers.
But I can make an argument, Kyle, that he had a ton of success getting those last MVPs because he targeted Devontae Adams. Not saying he was good for the team. Might have come back to bite him against San Francisco in the playoffs.
I'm just talking about the overall greatness of what Jordan Love is developing into, not needing to have a superstar wide receiver in order to put up incredible numbers where you go on a run with 23 touchdowns and 1 interception and then go to Dallas with a whole bunch of rookie wide receivers and second-year wide receivers and stomp and destroy the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas.
But, guys, the Jets won 7 games when Rodgers only played 4 snaps. That's only 2 worse than the Packers. It's not like this team, the Jets team, stinks. The Packers are really good, winning 9 games. They only lost 2. They lost 2 more than the Packers. And Rodgers didn't play at all. So there's clearly some talent on the defensive side for sure. And a quarterback, we know the quarterback's influence on everybody around them.
800-990-3776. Where would you place your money? Rodgers 20-1 to win the MVP, or Jordan Love 10-1 to win the MVP? Again, I feel like I can make arguments as to why things line up if it was 2-3 years ago, like when Aaron Rodgers won the MVP. He has a number 1 weapon. He has Nathaniel Hackett as his offensive coordinator. There's all of these different things that I can be like, yeah, here's why I would pick Aaron Rodgers. But also, he's with the Jets, and he's coming off a torn Achilles. His mobility was in question like at the end of his tenure at the Packers. It clearly didn't get better. I know he's motivated. I know he's great back against the wall, but I'm going to go with, again, I will reiterate it.
I don't need
Jordan Love through the last 10 games has given me everything I needed to see to know that I'm not going to be burning money.
Does he follow you on social media still?
Probably.
Do not retweet this.
Why?
Do not requote tweet this. Because I don't.
If he unfollows me, I wouldn't care.
Unfollow. I don't want him to see this. That just gives him more motivation. I'm scared of motivating Aaron Rodgers. Don't you retweet this? KBN Nation.
Tweet and tag him.
Here's the thing. Outside of MVP votes, like let's just get rid of the MVP. Simple question. 1 season. Next season, who would you rather have at QB? Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers? To me, it is Jordan Love.
I mean, it's not even. It's not. We knew what Aaron Rodgers. Stop. We know what Aaron Rodgers. Stop. Don't know me for a second. We know what Aaron Rodgers was working with young wide receivers. A grumpy old man. I don't want to see that again. I want to see the progression of Jordan Love, and I would still take him over Rodgers coming off an Achilles. That is a huge unknown.
Are you talking about the Packers or just in general as a team in the NFL that's ready? That's a quarterback away.
Well, for sure for the Packers, that's an easy one. But I'm just saying. We're a general manager. We can draft our team however we want. And you get the choice between Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers. I'm picking Jordan Love.
If you're the San Francisco 49ers, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers? You probably take Brock Purdy because he's younger. But Aaron Rodgers, he probably
They tried trading for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that when you are one player away and it's a quarterback position away from being really, really good, and that's what the Jets felt like they were, and they even showed this year, as you said, Brad, they were able to win 7 games.
Your mind's in a
with
pretzel right now.
No, what I'm saying is this, though.
Mine is too, though.
Is Aaron Rodgers. I love me some Jordan Love, and I like Jordan Love for our team, but I think a lot of general managers, if they needed 1 year to win a Super Bowl, they would rather still probably say, give me Aaron Rodgers for this 1 year.
You sound so crazy.
No, I know.
This is the same guy that we are discussing that's been to 1 Super Bowl since 2010.
Well, I mean, talk to the Jets. The Jets went after
and
the
you
guy.
can say that
And
the Jets are stupid for doing that so far.
A lot of teams went after him. The last time we saw Aaron Rodgers on the football field, he was still Aaron Rodgers. He was still a good football player. There's something that Aaron has that my boy Jay Love does not have. He has experience in the playoffs. He's been to a Super Bowl. He's been to 1, but he has experience winning games in big situations. Jordan Love is going to learn that, but right now, if you are a Super Bowl ready team who's not trying to ascend with young players and you just are a quarterback away, you would rather have Aaron Rodgers based off the experience and what you know he's going to deliver for you.
Who's a better bet? Love at 10-1 or Rodgers 20-1 to win the MVP? Right now, 76% say Love. From an odds perspective, that don't make a lot of sense. KBN Academy coming up next.
This is Kyle Bruston Nortman.
Ben's pretty good at impersonations.
Hey, he's pretty good.
I will give him
I
that.
either crush him or suck at him.
He's pretty good at faking it.
Yeah, being a faker.
Yeah, that's
exactly what it is.
Whoa.
That's what acting
man,
is.
why can't we come together?
Yeah, you
now?
were very creative in faking it. Good job.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Jump into leap year savings at Metro Kia of Madison. Leap into a 2024 Kia Seltos at 2.49% APR financing for 60 months, $18 per thousand borrowed. It's also the month of love at Metro Kia of Madison, and you'll love a 2024 Kia EV6 for 0% APR financing for 60 months, $18 per thousand borrowed. Offers good to qualified credit and ends February 29th. All new vehicles include 2 years, no charge maintenance, only at Metro Kia of Madison.
Jim Rutledge here for Hanson & Sons, Madison's #1 family-owned chimney and fireplace specialist. To celebrate 71 years of service, Hanson & Sons is offering 7.1% savings on any of their new high-efficiency installed fireplaces or their expert winter masonry chimney repairs. Replace that old, dirty, wood-burning fireplace with a new high-efficiency remote-controlled gas or electric fireplace. Sale ends February 29th. Go to HansonandSons.com today for more information. That's HansonandSons.com.
Since J&K Security Solutions opened in 1987, our attention to detail and customer service have been our strongest assets. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. We'll always do our best to find the most efficient and cost-effective solution to every job we tackle. Whether it's security for your home or business, installing video surveillance, or being able to control your garage doors from your phone, we can help you feel empowered with simple and user-friendly technology. Let's work together to secure your home or business. jksecurity.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. There is zero risk to you. If we can't reduce your tax debt, then you pay nothing. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have a 5-star rating on Google and Yelp and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Hey, remember when we were having conversations without words like inflation, recession? Yeah, I miss those days too. So at Quick Trip, we're feeling a bit nostalgic. So we've lowered the prices on all our take-home meals. Every day, not on second Tuesdays or every Good Friday, every day. Make your next meal a trip down savings lane with chicken, bacon, mac and cheese, just $4.99. Or spaghetti and meatballs, $5.99. Quick Trip. We got mealtime savings nostalgia covered.
Hi, I'm Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock with Retirement Income Strategies. And what sets us apart is we're an independent, family-run office. We help clients like you understand the financial world and build a portfolio that's in your best interest. To learn more, go to MadisonMoneyGuy.com.
Start the new year off right at Prairie Athletic Club. Hi, it's Sarah Tauscher, and my family loves the Pack. Get you and your family moving this winter with everything you'll need under one roof. Play on the basketball courts, the soccer field, or swim in their indoor pools. Try any of their group fitness classes, including CrossFit, Pilates, hot yoga, boot camp, and so much more. Come see for yourself why Prairie Athletic Club is voted the best place to work out and the best thing for kids to do year after year. Visit prairieathletic.com.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Wisconsin.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle says, look, if I'm a GM and I have this one season to win a Super Bowl, I want Aaron Rodgers. Well, guess who has the same amount of playoff wins?
I don't like the way you said that.
Guess who has the same amount of playoff wins as Aaron Rodgers the last 3 seasons?
Jordan Love.
You bet your ass.
Way to just do the math the way you want.
I didn't. Justin and 920 did.
Listen, I love Jordan Love. For the Green Bay Packers, give me Jay Love. I was ready to move on. And I'm just saying, as a general manager in the NFL.
Did you watch 2022?
Did I watch Aaron Rodgers in 2022?
Yeah.
8-9. Injured thumb.
He didn't. If he's not going to make it as an excuse, why should we?
Wait a minute. I know you're not talking about if he's not going to make an excuse. But that's an excuse that you gave for Aaron Rodgers' poor season in 2022.
It literally isn't.
You said he was hurt. He was injured.
I mean,
he was playing through injury.
His thumb was hanging on like it was barely on his body, and he was still playing.
Anyways, do not attach me to Aaron Rodgers wanting him to be our quarterback. I just said general managers would pick Aaron Rodgers if they were in a win now today, a quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl.
I just think you're a little off right now from that. Like the Jets are a team that have him, and he's been kind of a distraction. Did you not read the Athletic article? Did you not feel like all the things you were getting frustrated with are happening within the Jets organization and probably be happening within a team that he would go to that has a chance?
I mean, you make a point there with the distraction that he has become.
You could, if he's playing Aaron Rodgers football, you could live with that distraction for one season, though.
And we live with it for many seasons here.
And you have one appearance in the Super Bowl since 2010, though, so you can say you live with it. But if it's about winning a Super Bowl, why are you choosing him? It's about Super Bowls, not good quarterback play.
If you're the Miami Dolphins, would you take Tua? Would you sign Tua to the big contract, or would you rather have Aaron Rodgers?
Forget the Dolphins.
No, I'm
just Brad's the same guy, and it's okay. I'm glad you said this. You said the common denominator of the Packers not having another appearance to the Super Bowl outside of 2010 is Aaron Rodgers himself. Rob Demovsky joined us yesterday and said the same thing about Aaron Rodgers being the reason why that he's not elevating the play of others. So I don't know why in a conversation about who would you rather take next year to win a Super Bowl, if you get one season, Jordan Love or Aaron Rodgers, why everyone's so fast to pick Aaron Rodgers when he's the reason why Packer fans are happy he's gone.
You are a flip. Your loyalty and flip-flop and move on.
I'm literally just speaking facts.
A year ago today, you were on the Rodgers train.
Yeah, but my eyes showed me different, and I'm smart.
Yeah, at the beginning of training camp, when the little kids was riding on bicycles, you was running around trying to get an autograph from our head coach, Matt LaFleur, with an Aaron Rodgers jersey on, and now you're saying the dude is trash, you don't want him. What is going on?
I'm literally saying what has happened. Have I said anything you're just coming at me. Have I said anything that is untrue?
If I get hurt and have a bad year, I hope y'all don't replace me as fast as he wants to replace Aaron Rodgers at the level of how good a quarterback that
I hate to say it. We would.
Probably would.
It's the way the world works, man.
You're all irreplaceable to me.
We are. But everyone's irreplaceable. It's how it works.
This is how it. Okay, it's a dog-eat-dog world. In Black History Month, y'all trying to get rid of me. Ain't this
Well, we'd probably wait until March 1st. Mark and New Berkman, welcome into Kyle Brust-Nortman.
I can't believe what I'm hearing today, Benny. You rather have that choker than Jordan Love?
Well, Mark, he does have 4 of those MVPs.
What has he done in 11 years? No, 13 years.
Mark, the question is, you know the question.
Benny and go through high school, and he still wouldn't have won a Super Bowl. He's a choker. He's a choker. You do not want him. He's a cancer in the locker room. He tears teams apart, and even if he does play, Love plays a lot better. We've seen it.
So
he would have never beat He would have never beat the Chiefs. He would have never beat the Cowboys. He would have choked. He would have changed all the plays. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I think Kyle should turn in his Jordan Love card.
Whoa.
I agree.
Whoa, Mark.
Oh,
wow. Hey, Mark, listen, I love me Jordan Love. I said I want Jordan Love for the Packers. I'm just saying other organizations and teams, I think they probably still want to see more from Jordan Love. Aaron Rodgers has shown us exactly what he can do, and he gives you a lot of hope. Jordan Love gives me, as a Packers fan, hope, but I'm not sure if general managers around the league would choose Jordan Love for one season over Aaron Rodgers for one season. I'm choosing J. Love, but I don't know what they're doing.
Oh man, I wouldn't even. He couldn't win the Super Bowl if there was one team in it. There's no way. There's no way. Just think about it. Let's just think about it. Let's ponder it. Benny's child could grow up now, go all the way through high school, or 8th grade, we'll say now, and he no Super Bowls. I mean, what are we doing? You want that guy? That's the farthest person I want, and I don't think the general managers would want him.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark in New Berlin, because the original question was, who would you want as your MVP bet if you had to place one? Love at 10-1 and Rodgers at 20-1. And somehow I got fixated on Kyle saying that every GM for one Super Bowl season would choose Aaron Rodgers, with it, which I disagree. And now Mark is answering that question. And so we can do both. But I still think the answer to both is Jordan Love. 800-990-3776. You got a scowl on your face. What's wrong?
Well,
I thought it was a great line. If there was one team in it, Rodgers still couldn't win a Super Bowl.
That was strong. I get fixated on weird stuff. Why was he saying that when your daughter's literally like 20 days old? What do you mean 8th grade?
He's saying that Rodgers hasn't won a Super Bowl since 2010, and it would be another 10, 13 years later, when my daughter's in 8th grade, that he still wouldn't.
He's adding context to the drought.
Okay, all right. Rodgers.
You get so fixated on the weirdest things.
I do. I was trying to make sense. It's just, again.
Thank you, Brad, for having a brain.
Yes. Aaron Rodgers, I moved on from him. But to say that he wouldn't win a Super Bowl if nobody was in front, the dude won us a Super Bowl. The dude beat the Dallas Cowboys. He was a good quarterback to us.
I'm losing my mind. We're sitting here, and again, all the time we talk about Aaron Rodgers, all I hear is 1-4 in the NFC Championship game. 1-4. This, that. And then when we don't praise him, we go, well, he actually has one Super Bowl.
His name
you literally.
I could talk
would
about
get
my ex.
At the end of 2022, you would have said, "Get this guy out of here forever." Thank you for this 18-year relationship that we've had. It's been rocky, but I'm done with it. You only got me one. You only got me one since 2010. And now that we bring that context, you're going to his defense?
I think that even though Jordan Love would be my guy if I'm the GM in that situation, I could see some GMs, I don't know what the percentage would be. I'm not even sure it'd be half. But just saying, look, if I get one season, I don't know if I know enough about Jordan Love to bank my entire season, one season, on still a young guy that played well for a half a year. Elite for a half a year. Jordan Love, you've seen it for 18 years or however long he's played.
Let's just take the guy on one leg. Bill in Madison, 800-990-3776. Welcome into KBN.
Hey, thanks for taking my call. I actually agree with Kyle, and I hate to keep agreeing with Kyle, but if you're a team like the Jets, who are a quarterback away, and, well, they're an offensive line away too, but, you need to plug and play. You want someone with experience. You want someone who can make those, those fourth quarter, minute and a half drive comebacks. Jordan Love can't do that, and, you're looking ahead. Sure, I want Love with the Packers. I think he has a better projected career, 10 years versus 2, maybe, for Rodgers.
Yeah.
You want the guy who...
I appreciate it, Bill, but one thing you said that I already think is flawed is, you're like, well, they're a quarterback and an offensive line away. Well, what are we doing here? He's coming off an Achilles injury. Let's bring the old 40-plus-year-old out there with a bad offensive line, and that's going to win us a Super Bowl. I just think we're living in the era of thinking Aaron Rodgers is in his prime when he's on the back half. He's way past the glory days. He's old. He's injured.
Oh my gosh!
Well, the last time he played a full season, too, he let all of you down at 8-9 and lost to the Lions.
The criticism of Rodgers is, in order to be a great, all-time great top 5 NFL quarterback, you have to rise the level of the people around you because you're going to absorb most of the salary cap. You can't possibly pay everyone. So if Aaron Rodgers can be placed on a roster that's already ready to go, like San Francisco, let's say, that has the talent, that has the defense, all that kind of stuff, I could see him being successful. But he can't be relied on to raise the ability of everyone around him and make everyone significantly better, like how Kansas City was with Patrick Mahomes.
800-990-3776. You cut me off, says Bill. That's what the Jets can do in the offseason. They literally didn't draft an offensive lineman in the first round last year. They drafted a linebacker. That's how much they helped Aaron Rodgers.
Ben, stop disrespecting Aaron Rodgers. I just want you to know that. Like, I can disrespect him because I'm a true Packer backer.
Shut
but
up,
you can't.
man.
Aaron Rodgers in 2020, 48 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. 2021, 37
I'm
touchdowns,
well
4
aware of his MVP
2022, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions while he was hurt. I'm just saying that you said he's a scrub, he's a bum.
You're looking at stats. Did you watch him in 22? Did you watch him?
Yes, I watched him. He did not look great in 22.
Thank you.
He looked like he
Thank
lost
you very
the
much.
steps in 2022, but there was a lot of
and then he's going to get a step back from an Achilles injury.
He seemed
Got it.
very unmotivated, and that's why I was ready to move on from him. But to sit here and act like he's a bum and he's a scrub and there's no hope whatsoever that he can't bounce back and have a little bit left in his tank.
You know what? I'm going to go grab my Aaron Rodgers number 8 Jets jersey.
No,
you can
I
wear
don't
it the
need
rest
that.
of the show.
No, absolutely not.
That's what you sound like right now.
Oh, my gosh. We ain't going to do this today.
Time for over-under. 800-990-3776. Caller 6, caller 9 to win a $50 gift card. 800-990-3776. We team up, KBN, Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. We get 10 guesses at Chris Larson's category with the over-under that he set. It's very simple. We have to get as many right answers as possible. So let's team up. We can do this. Everyone sing Kumbaya.
Got to play Brad's thing to get us together.
800-990-3776. Caller 6, caller 9 for over-under to win a $50 gift card.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
You should be happy Pac-Man Jones has had this on his headphones, or he definitely would have pulled up on you.
I think Pac-Man's lucky I didn't have this on my headphones.
Oh, you right.
I would have been. Right. I'm really feeling swaggy and confident.
You say, yeah, you're in my space. Oh, what you gonna do?
Because even just hearing the song, like, for those who are on the YouTube, they can see I'm bobbing my head right now. Like, this is like, okay.
Go ahead, say ski.
Ski. On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Alex Strofe.
Varsity on Wisconsin On Demand is home to all the latest and best Badgers content on ESPN Wisconsin. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Wisconsin On Demand, and wherever you get your podcasts. The 20th ranked Wisconsin men's basketball team got back on track Tuesday night with a win over Ohio State at the Kohl Center, snapping a 4-game losing streak. The Badgers look to stack back-to-back wins for the first time in the month of February Saturday afternoon as they head to take on Iowa. The Badgers are in third place in the Big Ten with a 9-5 record in conference play, with just 6 games remaining before the start of the Big Ten tournament. 2 of the final 6 games include the top 2 teams in the Big Ten, Purdue and Illinois. It's Badgers Hawkeyes, a 1:15 tip on the Big Ten Network this Saturday.
Get 0% interest for up to 3 years, or get no money down, no interest, and no payments for up to 18 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Visit PellaWI.com.
Do you love winning? This February, head to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee and fall head over heels with the Love It or Leave It $400,000 game show. Thursday nights, you could play the Love It or Leave It game show where you can love your prize or leave it for another. Play with your club card to earn drawing entries. Top prize is $10,000 in cash. It's time for Love It or Leave It. Only at Potawatomi. Learn more at PaceBig.com. Must be 21 years old and a club member to play.
Cozy up your home with fresh cabinets from SprayNet of Southern Wisconsin. SprayNet knows that the kitchen is the heart of your home. Let them help you fall in love with it again. Quicker and more affordable than replacing your cabinets, SprayNet can have your kitchen cabinets looking like the day you first saw them. Their exclusive painting technology and technique will have your kitchen transformed in less than a week. Schedule an appointment today with Dale, the owner of SprayNet of Southern Wisconsin. Go to spraynet.com.
At Starion Bank, they pride themselves on being a super community bank. Small enough to show they care about you and the communities they serve, while being large enough to make big things happen. With 3 Madison area branches in Middleton, Sun Prairie, and Monona, Starion Bank is here investing in your community while offering valuable personal and business banking services. Start your experience with Starion Bank today by going to starionbank.com. Member FDIC.
Every Thursday this football season, huddle up for the Great Dane Huddle, live from the Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company.
Barry pulls me over. He goes, get your ass in there, take that cigar, throw it out. You ain't like these guys. I don't know what these guys are. So I went from like smiling to like getting serious again.
The Great Dane Huddle with Alex Strofe, Tarek Salam, and Derek Engler. Thursdays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Discover new opportunities together in a new Chevy. Meet up in an Equinox, winner of the J.D. Power Award for initial quality among compact SUVs. Lend a hand in the strong and capable Silverado. Or mix it up in a high-tech Trax with an available 11-inch diagonal touchscreen. Find family, friends, and fun in the Chevy that's right for you.
See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
For J.D. Power 2023 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
Greg Scalzo here for Buckin' Honeys. Congratulations to the perennial Best of Madison Award winner by the folks at Madison Magazine. Meet me at Buckin' Honeys to celebrate Wisconsin hospitality. Whether you're enjoying the view on the Yahara River in Monona, exploring Wanakee, visiting the OG in Sun Prairie, or checking out the new location in Mount Horeb, you can enjoy the Buckin' Honeys experience in a neighborhood near you. Serving lunch and dinner 7 days a week with brunch every Saturday and Sunday. I'll see you at Buckin' Honeys.
For official rules and more information about every contest on 100.5 ESPN, visit ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN app.
It is time for Over Under here on Kyle Bruston-Nortman. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace, Rodgers backer, no longer the Packer backer.
Stop that. We're not doing that today.
Just
I'm
relax,
having a good day. No. You ain't going to get a groundswell of people hating on me. Not today.
I'm not. You are doing this yourself for the record. Derek in the 608 chimes in. The flaw in your argument, Kyle, is you're looking backwards. Brust is looking forwards. And Brust is absolutely correct. You couldn't find a bigger stand for Rodgers except maybe Scalzo when it was Scalzo and Brust. So you are now taking over.
I am not
Aaron Rodgers, number one fan of ESPN Wisconsin.
No. I'm defending.
You don't get to choose. The fans choose for you.
No, I get to choose. Listen, I defend Brett Favre even though he left us. I'm going to defend Aaron Rodgers even though he left us. And I'm going to love me some Jordan Love. And after, 15, 16 years, hopefully Jordan Love retires.
You defend all your exes too that leave you?
No.
It's time for Over Under.
Why you go there?
Will the guys hit the over or will they disappoint? It's time for Over Under on Kyle Bruston-Nortman.
It is Over Under on Kyle Bruston-Nortman, where we get caller 6 and caller 9 on the line. Caller 6, Rick in Madison, believes in Kyle Bruston-Nortman based off of Chris Larson's line. He's picking that we get the over on 10 guesses on whatever Chris Larson's category and over-under line is, which means Chad in Fitchburg is stuck on the under. Chris, what is today's category and what is today's over-under?
All right, today's category is the top 10 NFL teams with fans that follow both Taylor Swift and the team on social media. The top 10 NFL teams with fans that follow both Taylor Swift and the team on social media, and the over-under is set at 5.5.
I thought Taylor Swift was over. I thought the season was over. So we're still doing this?
She's never over.
We still I wasn't even mad at the girl no more. The season was over, but now we just...
You're back mad!
I'm just saying. Now I thought it was done. I thought 20... Okay.
I think we're going to get this one, actually.
I don't know.
Can you simplify that for me, please? There was a lot of words there.
So it's the top 10 NFL teams with fans that follow both Taylor Swift and the team, whatever team they're rooting for, on social media.
Okay. I just thought it was funny the way the top NFL teams with fans follow Taylor, follow team.
So they follow Taylor Swift and the team that they root for on social media.
What is the over-under?
Over-under set at 5.5.
All righty. You guys ready?
Let's see how it goes.
All right, in 3, 2, 1, starting the clock.
The Chiefs' final answer.
The Chiefs, number one on the list with 39.5% of their fans following both them and Taylor Swift
Okay.
on social
What
media.
a waste of time.
Here's how I'm thinking about this.
Somebody did this.
Oh, wait, this is based on percentage?
Yes.
Oh,
What about
geez.
L.A. Rams?
I was thinking like total.
Well, slow
Because
down.
Los Angeles is big.
Where's she from?
Tennessee. So Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, like Nashville. She was
Yeah.
loving country music.
She's not a country singer.
She
She's
was.
Well, she pop now.
I don't hate Tennessee Titans.
If it's based off percentage,
But
they have room for growth.
I was going to go with like total volume, thinking like big markets.
Yeah, let's go
that might
Titans
hurt
final.
against you.
Oh, God.
They don't even like her in Tennessee, huh?
How about
Kyle? You're so petty. Atlanta.
How about like glamour markets?
2 minutes.
Dallas.
Let's say Dallas, L.A. New
I was
York.
thinking Dallas came to my mind.
Yeah,
Let's go Dallas. I mean,
Dallas
crapshoot.
final.
Dallas, number 3 on the list with 22% of their followers following both that team
Let's go with
and
L.A.
Taylor
Rams.
Swift.
L.A.
But-
Rams.
I think I think
Rams chart? I don't know.
Yeah.
LA.
The Rams don't have fans. Their own stadium can't be filled.
but they like their glamour.
Rams final. This is on you guys.
The Rams, number 9 on the list with 13% of their followers following both Taylor Swift
Las
and
Vegas
the Raiders.
Raiders.
Ooh.
Las Vegas Raiders.
I like that.
Las Vegas final. Ooh.
right,
Why'd you say that?
Big markets. Listen,
What about
gotta
New
be
York Giants?
New York Giants or Jets, one of the two.
Gotta be
MetLife. She played at MetLife. I don't know if that matters.
New York.
Well, which one? Giants, probably.
I mean, we might
yeah,
as well
Giants.
say- we might as well say both, fellas.
Do Giants. Do Giants.
Giants final.
Oh my gosh! I think I can't get another one wrong.
Yeah, we got to go
1
perfect.
minute.
Okay.
Chiefs, Rams, Cowboys.
How about
Chicago?
Chicago, yes.
This is hard.
really
Chicago.
hard? Miami.
You're missing such an easy one.
Easy one. The Packers?
Shut up, Chris.
The Packers?
Okay,
the Packers?
Gotta be the Packers.
Packers final.
That wasn't the easy one, but
Okay.
Packers, number 8 on the list with 14% of the fans following them and Taylor Swift.
We need 2 more.
30 seconds.
San Francisco final.
Oh.
What? Christian Juszczyk made her a jacket.
Good point. Are we out of guesses now?
Yeah.
This sucked. This sucked.
I don't know what would be an easy one. How would it be an
I'm
easy one?
done. We lost. I don't care anymore. Just tell me the list.
All right, so you guys had the Chiefs at number 1 with 39% of the followers following Taylor Swift and the team. Number 2 was the easiest one, besides the Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles with Jason Kelsey. 22% of the vote following them and Taylor Swift on social media. 3 was the Cowboys, which you had also at 22%. 4th was the New England Patriots at 19%. Number 5, the Detroit Lions at 16%. Number 6, the Seattle Seahawks at 15%. Number 7, the New York Jets at 14%. Number 8 you had with the Green Bay Packers at
And we got a
14%.
dartboard.
Number 9 was the Los Angeles Rams at 13%. And number 10 on the list was my Pittsburgh Steelers at 13% as well.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Who did this? Like, who actually took the time to go figure out the percent? Like,
You
what
did.
a waste of time.
Good
The hell
point.
I did. You know I didn't do that. What a waste of time for somebody to do that. How'd you find this, Chris?
The team that was dead last on the list, by the way, of all the NFL teams, the Los Angeles Chargers with 2.69% of the vote, or the team
following the
That's
team.
because Harbaugh is all about football.
Yeah.
Harbaugh just got there.
Gritty.
No, I'm just making. This is a stupid list. I'm just saying random stuff.
And I don't know why you guys would say 49ers. They lost to the Chiefs. So
Yeah.
why would they follow both?
I literally said my reasoning. Christian Juszczyk, a player of the 49ers, went on social media and showed the jacket that she made Taylor Swift. I figured there was a connection there.
And they don't care about that. They care about winning, and they lost.
There was no theme to this. This was just random.
Yeah,
This was
don't act like there's science behind this, Chris. Damn it!
Like it was just throwing stuff at a wall. I mean, I'm a Packers fan. You're a Packers fan. Oh, I follow the Packers on social media.
Do you follow Taylor?
No, absolutely not.
In 2 minutes, Brad did research for Homer. Homer from the Homer Hour wants to know something specific. Brad went to work. In 2 minutes. We will share that research. Next.
The area's best high school sports coverage is Zimbrick Honda's presentation of Prep Mania.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. Get ready for a Saturday night showdown on Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania as defending Division I state champ De Pere visits three-time defending state champ in Division II, Pewaukee. Tip-off set for 6 o'clock Saturday with me and the Dean Dennis Semrau right here at 100.5 ESPN.
Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania is also brought to you by Canopy Wealth Management, Pasquale's Cantina, UW Credit Union, Stoughton Trailers, the GRB Academy, and Stoughton Health.
Hey, this is Craig Karmas, and join Kyle Wallace and me every Sunday morning for Sunday Karma on a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good afternoon, Madison. I'm Ryan Wollersheim, and this is your Sports Center update brought to you by Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania. Wisconsin commit Zach Kinzinger and the De Pere Redbirds visit Nebraska commit Nick Janowski and the Pewaukee Pirates. The Battle of the Defending State Champions tips Saturday at 6 on 100.5 ESPN, as well as the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Tonight, though, we got Milwaukee Bucks basketball as they look to bounce back against the Memphis Grizzlies. Bucks 1-1 this week after a dominant win over the Nuggets on Monday before losing 123-97 to the Heat without Jimmy Butler on Tuesday night. Bucks take on the Grizz at 7:30 p.m. on TNT. Pre-game coverage starts on 100.5 ESPN at 7 o'clock. It'll also be the Bucks' final game before the All-Star break, which is this weekend. Giannis and Dame will both be Eastern All-Star starters, as well as Doc Rivers will be head coach for the squad. Stay tuned to ESPN Madison on social media for more All-Star weekend coverage all weekend. Heading over to ESPNWisconsin.com, Packers reporter Rob Demovsky has a new article out highlighting the 7 plays that defied Jordan Love's breakout season for the Packers. Make sure you head over there and read those highlight moments for the Packers' new starting QB.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studios in Madison, this is Kyle Bruston Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
On Twitter at KBN ESPN. If you had to place the bet for the MVP next year and it was between Love at 10-1 or Rodgers at 20-1. Look, I chose Jordan Love, but I still think this poll is out of whack. It's right around 75 for Jordan Love and 25 Rodgers.
Now you're talking on both sides of your neck.
I'm literally saying it is a hard decision. I can see why it would be a hard decision. But the fact that it's that much for Jordan Love is just shocking to me, Kyle. Is that fair?
Yeah, I get it.
800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. Yesterday, Homer joined us before the Homer Hour from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN. And, you know, there's a lot of optimism. We started the show with the hype of Jordan Love. We started the show talking about how his odds went from 16-1 to 10-1 when it came to the MVP voting. And when we were talking about when we knew we liked Love, when we knew we loved Love, and we knew we wanted to marry Love in honor of Valentine's Day, everyone had those moments. But when asking Homer, He's optimistic. He just wanted to know some research. Here's what he wants to know.
I do want research to be done on quarterbacks that were very good their first year as a starter and how they then did the rest of their career.
Homer, you already know. We have evidence here as a Green Bay Packers organization. What happens when your quarterback has a great year their first year as a starter, and what follows after that? We already have enough research.
No,
why do you need more?
Because there's not one team in the NFL
there's one team that's had success doing it. Why we know what's going to come, Homer?
You can't be that stupid.
He can. That's Kyle Wallace and Homer.
Hey, we're a team. What the hell?
I was just speaking my truth.
Okay.
Now, Homer wanted that research. Kyle gave him his research and said, hey, we had the Green Bay Packers as that research, but Brad went deep into this and has... I'll turn it over. What is the criteria of Brad's research?
Okay, guys, so I did some research for Homer. So Homer wanted to know if a quarterback had a good season, either as first year as a starter or as a rookie, what happened the rest of their career? Now, I didn't focus on all the guys that had a good first year and then ended up doing well. There's too many to count. Most guys have a generally good first year and then go on to have at least a solid career, right? There's countless of those guys. But I wanted to focus on how many guys had a good first year and then fell off the cliff. Because that's what we're worried about, right? We're worried about Jordan Love having a great first year and somehow falling off the cliff. So here was the criteria for the 10 guys, the 10 quarterbacks that I found that end up falling in this category. So 1, they had either a good or a great year. Number 2, all but one exception, an exception that we all know and love. They were all within the last 20 years. So try to keep it somewhat similar. 3, this either happened as their rookie year, first year starting, or what we'd consider to be very early in their career. Number 4, they dropped off and were never the same again. And 5, they played an actual full season, not just a couple of games here or there. So that eliminates guys like Matt Flynn, who played like one game for the Packers, put up 400 yards and 6 touchdowns. There's nobody like that on this list. You have to actually do a full season. So I came up with 10 guys that fall into that category.
One-hit wonders.
One-hit wonders that were earlier in their career. Now, I don't want to go through each specific line item.
You don't. Just give us the names.
I'm going to give you the average at the end. I want you to hear what it sounds like. Okay, so Nick Foles in 2013, he was a Pro Bowler, and he actually had one of the best seasons on the list. So Nick Foles, he took his team to being 8-2 when the game they started in. In 2010, you guys remember this name? Josh Freeman. Josh Freeman for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers took the Buccaneers to 10-6. And he had a 95.9 rating, 25 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He had a great year. Josh Freeman.
He did. He had a really good year. His big body.
I was looking up articles in 2011. The Buccaneers were saying that this is going to be the savior of their franchise.
Yeah, he was good.
It was wild. Another guy, Don Majkowski, our old friend Don Majkowski.
I thought you said within the last 20 years.
He was the one exception that I was referring to.
Oh, he's our old friend. I like
10-6. We're not going to go into that. We've already beat that one down.
Second in MVP voting. Got hurt. Part of the injuries conversation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or we know Brett Favre. He didn't get hurt because he was going to be Brett Favre.
So another one, Derek Anderson for the Cleveland Browns. He led the Cleveland Browns to a 10-6 seasons.
That's like 16-0 for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was really good. It was their only winning season out of like 20 years.
Did you play with him?
I did. He was backup quarterback in Carolina. Love me, Derek Anderson. DA's the man. Now, this is an interesting one. Robert Griffin III.
Okay. Ooh, RG&E had a good start.
Really
so
good.
Disrespectful. There's a guy with bad knees. I take that as disrespect.
I've never heard that one before. But he led the Washington Redskins at the time to a 9-6 record. One of the games he didn't play. And he had an outstanding career. He was Pro Bowler. He was Rookie of the Year. 20 TDs, 5 interceptions. 100.2 quarterback rating. 100.2 quarterback rating. Matt Castle. You guys remember when he filled in for Tom Brady?
Yeah.
So he is 10-5 for the New England Patriots. 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 90 passer rating. Now, he actually did end up doing okay. So he got a contract with Kansas City. He had one other year where he got a 10-win year and comeback player of the year. Besides that, he was kind of a bad starter and a backup. Colin Kaepernick. Colin Kaepernick's another one. I included 1.5 because he started halfway through a year, then finished a whole other year. And he was 60% completion percentage, 90 quarterback rating, and he was 31 of those year and a half, 31 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Pretty good. And also a 12-4 record and 5-2. They went to the Super Bowl that year.
He was really good.
Now for some modern day guys. Gardner Minshew. Now before you brush that off, His first year, he went 60% completion percentage, 21 touchdowns to 6 interceptions, 91.2. That was Minshew mania. He went 6-6. Baker Mayfield, also early in his career, led the Browns to 11-5 season, 63% completion percentage, 26 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Pretty impressive. And finally, Daniel Jones. I was borderline not going to include Daniel Jones because I actually wasn't that impressed with his stats, but I'm just going to include him because it was a 9-6-1 record. He had almost a 68% completion percentage, but only 15 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. 15 touchdowns, he was mostly a running threat. So to average all those out, Nick Foles, Josh Freeman, I didn't really include Don Majkowski.
That's fine.
Derek Anderson,
RG3,
Matt Castle, Colin Kaepernick. I'm going to give you Jordan Loves in a second. Gardner Minshew, Baker Mayfield, roughly all had a winning record, except for Gardner Minshew, 6-6. All had a winning record. Roughly 25 touchdowns to roughly 9 interceptions and a roughly 96 passer rating. Okay, Jordan Love, compared to the average, so he had a 64% completion percentage compared to the 63. 32 touchdowns to 11 interceptions to the average 25-9. So, slightly better with touchdowns, slightly worse with interceptions. Average quarterback rating 96, exactly on the average. So, here's my takeaway.
Oh, wow.
The next question is, so why did these guys fall out? Okay, so 5 of them.
Hey, let me take a breath.
Okay.
You need to take a breath, too. I want...
we started talking about data, and I'm just rolling with it.
So 800-990-3776. This all stemmed from Homer wanting to know one-hit wonders, essentially. Who had great years, and... I need to digest the fact that you went through all those guys. The average of all those 10 guys was a 63% completion percentage, a 96...
These are rough averages, but yes.
Yes, 96 quarterback rating, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions.
That's roughly... And they all had winning records.
Love 64. 32, obviously, over the touchdowns. A little bit more interceptions. Those came early, obviously. But the same passer rating.
Yeah. And the passer ratings went as high as Nick Foles... 119.2, RG3 102.3. The lowest one on the list was Derek Anderson.
I was going to say Derek Anderson.
So he is almost in line with all those averages. Now, why didn't they succeed? We kind of know all their stories, but half of them just literally didn't play any better, right? Like you're talking about Derek Anderson and Josh Freeman, Nick Foles, Gardner Minshew, Baker Mayfield. Like those are guys that just didn't play better. I actually have Gardner Minshew, Baker Mayfield in a separate court. They're still starting. They're just not elite. Daniel Jones, a little bit of injury and not playing well. And 2 guys are primarily injuries, Don Majkowski and RG3.
RG knee.
So I look at this and I say, what's your initial reaction? And if Jordan Love, what's Jordan Love's likely fate? Is his play going to fall off? Is it injuries? Or is we won't be one of these guys. He's going to be one of the many, many that are not on this list who had a great career.
Yeah, I think, in the moment right now, I'm not going to lie, I didn't like that at all.
It's a little shocking.
It's a little scary.
Now, there's not many guys that had a one-hit wonder career. First of all, it shows you how hard it is to have a great NFL season because there's not many guys that even put this together. And if you put this together, more often than not, you go on to have a great career. But there is a sample size of guys that had one great season and did nothing after that.
Yeah, I'm not concerned. Not concerned, whatever. When I look at these dudes, a lot of these dudes are scrubs or some bad thing happened. Nick Foles, he had a really good season early on, and he tapered off. He fell off. It is what it is. But Nick Foles never had a season as good as Jordan Love had this year. We're not even going to talk about Derek Anderson.
Nick Foles' season was really good.
He had a really
27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
But he only had 2,800 yards. He only had 13 games as well. He had a really good year. I'm not taking that away from Nick Foles, but, it is Nick Foles. He was a third-round pick. He wasn't a first-round pick. So the potential and the talent there is obviously a difference. And then I look at these other guys on the list, like Josh Freeman. He had one decent year, but none of these guys had the year that Jordan Love had. And also, you're talking about some of these guys who are rookie in the first year as well.
So I think what you're doing that I don't think is right is saying the word year, right? 10 games in the playoff game. That's where my fear comes in. Now, did Jordan Love get better throughout the year? Absolutely. But there is evidence of him playing not as best, and obviously the team being 2-5. He turned around with the young team. There's a lot of reasons to be positive, but when I hear this list, it just scares me a little bit because you just never know. There's more examples of great that don't have this happen.
Correct.
But I just don't even like that we did the research. Why did Homer say to do this?
I think that was my takeaway, is that I don't think Love is going to fall into this category by any means. The Packers, though, didn't give themselves the luxury to see that through, because most of these guys, they didn't need to get paid because they had another year and they showed that they didn't have what it takes. For Jordan Love, the clock's already on him to extend him.
It is, and that's the whole point, that he had 3 seasons. None of these guys on this list, I don't believe, had 3 seasons to sit behind somebody other than Matt Castle. We got thrown in, but to sit behind somebody, learn, and then go and have your opportunity. A lot of these guys were just thrown into the fire.
That's true.
And that's why I think that he was set up for better success and sustained success.
Ron in the key, 800-990-3776. This is probably going to be horrible based off the way that you say you want to explain how math works.
Kyle, you're basing all of this on hindsight. Like, they only had 1 year and then they fell off or whatever. That's the whole point of this. We have no way to know whether Jordan is also that tail. You couldn't have known any of that stuff on any of these other people until years 2, 3, 4 after that, too. That's the whole point of
the exercise. Hey,
that
Ron!
No.
It's exactly
this,
the point.
This is what I'm
Thank you
saying.
for the call.
When we compare all these, you're talking about a Daniel Jones who started pretty early on in his NFL career. By his rookie season, he was already playing. A Baker Mayfield who started right away. A Gardner Minshew who was not a first-round pick. A Colin Kaepernick, I believe he wasn't a first-round pick either, but a Colin Kaepernick got developed into his position. I believe he sat behind Alex Smith as well.
But you're talking. See how you're talking developing into. We don't know.
But what I'm saying is we have to. Everything is situational. In Jordan Love, these guys were all put into very different situations. Jordan Love has been in a situation where he has been with the same team, with the same coach for the last 4 years now. And when he finally got his opportunity after waiting, it played very, very well. And on top of that, I think when they draft quarterbacks in the first round, it's based off potential. A lot of these guys on the list were not drafted in the first round, and the ones that were drafted in the first round played as rookies right away, and they might have had a good season, but then after that, they fell off because of different reasons. I feel like Jordan Love is a step ahead of a lot of these guys.
It'll be interesting to get the opinion and the perspective of Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch. It's his birthday today. Surprise for Jason on the other side.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman.
I put my card in, I pump. When it clicks, I pull it out, I put it away, and I move on to my own.
That's what she said. Thanks so much, Ulte.
She pumps and moves on with her life.
Take it out, put it in, moves on with her life. Come on, Kyle. Keep up. That's Packers Hall of Famer. That was one of my better ones, and he's confused.
Well,
he's still fixated on Lola Bunny.
No, I don't think she says that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
You can drive cutting-edge design. 2024 Audis are on the lot and ready for delivery. You can save $7,500 on select Audi EVs with the AFS EV lease bonus. See dealer for details and exclusions. Eligibility is subject to credit approval through Audi Financial Services. Cannot be combined with National Customer Credit. Offer expires February 24th, 2024. Stop in and test drive today. Check out our website to see our current electric vehicle inventory and our monthly specials. The search for your Audi begins and ends at Zimbrick Audi of Madison, off the Beltline and Rimrock Road. Drive yours today.
LabCorp Clinical Trials is changing to a new name, Fortrea. While the name may be different, Fortrea combines decades of great experience and professionalism with new opportunities for clinical trial participation. It's more than a mission and more than a new name. Fortrea is dedicated to moving healthcare forward. To learn more about the future of healthcare and upcoming clinical trials, visit us at FortreaClinicalTrials.com. That's FORTREA clinicaltrials.com.
Madison athletes seeking elite training need to get started today at Total Athlete Performance. TAP is here to serve and educate the serious athlete with their speed, agility, and semi-private training options. Sessions are now available in both Windsor and their TAP facility inside the Verona Athletic Center. Also access remote training anytime, anywhere with the Total Athlete Performance app. Visit tapwisconsin.com for subscriptions, including monthly payment options. That's tapwisconsin.com.
Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side. When you see Diamond Jim, you can count on him to be on your side. Selection beyond compare with on-site repair, so you can wear your jewelry with pride. Condon Jewelers, the jeweler on the east side, the jeweler on your side.
Hey, it's Bobby Portis, and I love playing basketball in Milwaukee.
When I drive down the lane, I move fast and make sudden moves to drive to the hoop and score. But when I'm behind the wheel in the driving lane, I control my drive. I don't speed or make sudden movements. Speeding and reckless driving are the leading causes of traffic injuries and deaths in Wisconsin. Do what I do. Control your drive. Don't speed. Don't be reckless. Zero in Wisconsin. Together we can save lives. Wisconsin DOT.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because our home policies help protect your dreams and come with peace of mind. Save up to 25% by bundling home, auto, and life. American Family Insurance. Get a quote, find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Discounts may not apply to all coverages on an auto or home policy. Discounts do not apply to life insurance policies. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
When it comes to security for your home and family, you want a winner, and we found one when we placed our trust with J&K Security Solutions. This is Greg Gard. Kim and Jeff hit the game-winning shot for us with the Control 4 home technology system. Home or away, from our smartphones, we can open the garage door, dim the lights, turn on the TV, as well as arm the security system. That's convenience as well as peace of mind. Let J&K Security Solutions do for your home or business like they've done for us. Call 255-5799 or online at jksecurity.com.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
That is Jason Wilde singing himself happy birthday. Jason Wilde joining us on Kyle Brust and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. You can hear from 9 to noon across these very stations. Brian Balaga joining him. Catch them on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast. Jason, happy birthday. Welcome into Kyle Brust and Nortman.
That was weird, wasn't it?
I know, but I loved it.
Happy birthday to me?
Yeah.
I thought you might love that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep.
How you guys doing?
Doing good. It's always fun when we get compliments for something Brad does. JB in the 608 chimes in. This is the best research KBN has ever done, and I'll give you some context in a second, Jason. All these guys are perfect comps for love. He follows up with 3 more text messages. Kyle's takes are always the worst. He literally said Nick Foles has never had a year as good as Love. He won a Super Bowl, and Kyle needs to take his green and gold glasses off and use perspective and facts and not just blind fandom.
Never.
Oh,
go ahead, go.
So, Jason, I'm going to turn it over to Brad.
More.
Jason! And on your birthday,
don't you yell at him.
Nice to you. I'll let you have it. Happy birthday.
I'm going to turn it over to Brad because I really want him to quickly summarize the research he did. Because Homer was saying, maybe you talked about this with him yesterday as you joined on Wednesdays, Jason. He wants research as to guys that had great first years and then what happened.
Yeah, happy birthday, Jason, by the way. Thanks for joining us as always.
This is a potentially great gift if it is what I think it is.
Yeah, so
because I had told him when I finished talking to him that I would do that research because I wanted to write a story about it in the State Journal, and if one Brad Nortman, it's a fake, great call and great execution, did it for me, I'll be thrilled.
Happy to share my work, Jason, anytime. And basically what
plagiarism.
I did was
I got caught with that.
There's too many quarterbacks to research that had a great first year and then went off to have great careers. There's not as many, so this is the minority now, that had a great season, right, but then fell off for whatever reason. One, it goes to show that it's actually really hard to have one great season in the NFL at all. But then the guys that had that and then fell off. So I had a bunch of different criteria for it, but I'll cut right to the chase. Nick Foles, Josh Freeman, our friend Don Mikowski, Derek Anderson, RG3, Sam Cassell, Matt Castle, Colin Kaepernick. I also included, obviously, Jordan Love, Gardner Minshew, and Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones. They all roughly had a 63% completion percentage, 25-ish touchdowns to 9-ish interceptions, quarterback rating around 96. That is darn close to Jordan Love's first season as well. Now, they all fell off for different reasons, some for injury, some because they just didn't play as good. My takeaway was, at the time, you couldn't really see any of this happening, that there was a lot of excitement for these guys, and then they fell off for whatever reason. I don't think Jordan Love is going to fall into this category, but I guess it just gives me that's a little bit of a cautionary tale. What are your initial reactions when you hear how close Jordan Love's season is to a lot of these guys' first seasons?
And there's a lot more detail if you want.
Yeah,
from Brad.
a lot more
Trust me.
detail.
That was a shortened
your
version.
time is valuable, and I tried to cut it to the chase.
Yeah, I don't know what cut to the chase means. If you've ever listened to a press conference, you know that. So I would say this. I think those guys that you mentioned are all really interesting because there's a wide variance of their backgrounds, right? Like Don Majkowski was like, I can't remember, 10th round pick or something ridiculous like that back when the draft was longer. RG3 was the number 2 or 3 overall pick?
He was up there.
And was ultimately outplayed by the quarterback they drafted later in that draft, Kirk Cousins, right? And he had Matt LaFleur as his quarterbacks coach, and he had Kyle Shanahan as his offensive coordinator, and played at an offense that made him look maybe better than he was. So that when you mentioned him, that certainly perked my ears, right? I would be curious, I'm guessing, did you look into, or did you just assume, because he played for the Bears, no offense to your brother, Ben, that he really wasn't all that good his first year starting? Because he actually did, the Bears did make the playoffs, didn't they? And they didn't he make the Pro Bowl or something
Mitchell
like that?
Trubisky?
Yes, Mitchell Trubisky.
The stats aren't that great, but he was a Pro Bowl alternate, and I do remember, similar to how Jordan Love started 16-1 in MVP votes or MVP odds, and now is down to 10-1. Mitchell Trubisky led in terms of the most money on him to win the MVP after that first year, which is wild.
Yeah, and really quick to address that, there were a bunch of guys that kind of came to mind as far as one great season. But honestly, I just looked at it and this isn't even that good of a season. Blake Bortles, Vince Young, Rex Grossman even came up on lists. So Trubisky was one where I'm like, I don't know, the stats aren't that comparable. My opinion, of course.
All right. No, that's good. I trust your opinion. You're a smart guy and a long-time NFL punter. So I think it's interesting, and I'm very thankful that you did the legwork for me. So send me all your data, and then I'll steal it. But I do think that there are always, as you well know from having played in the league, there are a lot of factors that go into players' success or failure, right? I mean, there's health, there's the system, there's who they're surrounded by. And we would probably have to dig further into, and I'm not assigning you more homework, but you'd also have to, delve into, what were the reasons why this player never regained that level of performance? Now, I think it's interesting. You mentioned Gardner Minshew, for example, right? You look at the season he had this year, that after a long time of kind of wandering in the backup wilderness, he got an opportunity in Indy and played pretty darn well, right?
Which is due to injury, too.
Right. And another one that springs to mind, who I would say does not fit our criteria because I don't think he was very good initially. But one of the guys that I'll always try to figure out what happened with is Geno Smith, right? I think he was the last pick of the first round by the Jets. And then obviously flamed out there as pretty much every quarterback since Joe Namath has, and then gets some other opportunities, backs up in a few places, gets some spot starts, and then has a really good year last year for Seattle. They make the playoffs. Not as good this year. So I think we can all agree that more than just the player's ability factors in. And the reason I bring all this up is to say that I think Jordan Love finds himself in a situation where he is a good player. Please do not misunderstand me. I am not undercutting how good he is, because he made, for all those times, I was saying this to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this morning, all those times that I was saying early in his career, in training camp, in preseason, I didn't see many wow throws. He delivered plenty, bushels of wow throws this year. So you won't hear me say that because it wouldn't be accurate anymore. But I think he's in a scenario where he's got a smart offensive play caller who he's really vibing with, and he's running the plays as they're called, using his freedom judiciously, which is in contrast to the four-time MVP who, kind of did what he wanted. And I still can't. The thing that is amazing to me from this season, and there were a lot of amazing things that were said and accomplished, I still can't believe when Steno told us that they would get done with an offensive possession and Rodgers would come to the sideline and the coaches would be wanting to know what he ran and what he called because it wasn't what was sent in from the sideline. I mean, think about that and juxtapose that against Jordan Love. I'm not saying he ran the offense paint by numbers, but if something was called, he ran it. And if he made a protection adjustment or he changed the motion, he certainly did that. And he called canned plays. He ran the offense. And so my point is that your research is great. I think he's in a better position to be one of those countless quarterbacks who had a good first year and just kept being good because he's surrounded by offensive talent. He's got a good play caller. They've got more cap room than they did a year ago. They've got to create a little bit, but they've got the opportunity to fill some holes with some high draft picks. I think he's in position, if they can get their offensive line solidified without David Bakhtiari and without John Runyon, that if his protection, which happened to be pretty damn good during the 9 games that he was pretty damn good, gets shored up during this offseason, they figure out who their starting 5 are, and they stay healthy, I think he's probably going to just keep being good.
We're speaking with Jason Wilde from Wilde and Tausch. You can hear Wilde and Tausch weekdays, 9 a.m. to noon, right here on ESPN Wisconsin. Now, Jason, who would you rather have, and what do you think NFL teams, GMs would rather have, who are Super Bowl ready? They're one quarterback away. For one season, would you rather have Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love?
Well, so Kyle, with your green and gold glasses on, which I'm sure you're a very stylish guy. So if you ever did wear green and gold glasses, they would be very stylish.
I appreciate that.
We can't do this, right? Like, because we don't know what Rodgers is going to be next year. Like, he played 4 snaps. He's 40 years old. Like, if you could give me a better idea of, am I going to get Aaron Rodgers, no broken thumb, circa 2021?
It's a long time ago.
Probably, right? It is. That's my point. And so, if I'm able to get a close approximation to Aaron Rodgers, the previous version, I still probably pick him because of his experience, of his leadership, of his experience in clutch moments. I know that he had his fair share of disappointing playoff losses, but people forget that he won some pretty impressive playoff games too. So I don't think, and I'm sure he will love this because there's going to be lots of people saying this kind of stuff. I don't think he's going to bounce back to the degree that he is hoping to. I think he's
don't tag him in it.
I told Ben don't tag him in it, and you don't tag him in it either,
But
Jason.
all we're saying, Jason, is an opinion based off of the fact that he's getting older, off an Achilles injury with an offensive line. This was the Jets conversation that evolved to, like, who would you want? And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what I'm getting. And the last time I saw him in a full season was 2022 when nobody wanted him here anymore.
But maybe it's just the fact that green and gold, that I am over Aaron Rodgers, but I still think Aaron Rodgers has greatness in him. And I've seen him when he had his back against the wall and people doubted him. He always came back. The dude is special.
He's old.
If Aaron Rodgers is washed up next year in a bum, I just know that I'm getting old because that means I'm seeing another great one move on and no longer is good.
I don't think he'll be that, but you also have to, like, if you're the way you're phrasing the question, you have to factor in which team Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love is the one-year starter for in your question, because that is also a factor in my expectations for him next season. I mean, if you read the story from The Athletic, I don't want to get us in trouble with the FCC, so I'll just say that is one effed up organization. and he obviously there are some, I don't want to call them drawbacks, but challenges that come with having him on your team. But they also, they've got some great offensive talent, right? Breece Hall's a really good player. Tausch likes to call Wilson Sauce Wilson, even though his name's Garrett Wilson. But he's an elite level wide receiver. I mean, it's not like they don't have talent, but their offensive line is jacked up. He's coming off of an injury. Nathaniel Hackett's still the offensive coordinator, and while Aaron Rodgers may make him look better, everyone in that locker room lost faith in him while Rodgers was hurt last year. It is a dysfunctional situation. And you guys have heard me say this before, I just wish that Aaron Rodgers had been an open-minded, give me a bunch of young studs who can be really good players, and I got to be fun Uncle Aaron who sometimes gets after them to get them to achieve, but I've got to change my approach to work with young guys. I would have loved to have followed that story, but he was never going to be that guy to them, because think about let's take the Packers wide receiver and tight end group, which all has 1 to 2 years of full season experience now, and make them all the Jets guys.
Well, Jason,
you think Aaron Rodgers could be successful with them?
If he bought in, yeah. I'm with you. It would have been so fun. It's never. It's not what he wanted. I'm
glad he didn't. I'm glad he didn't. Because we would have never had our season of love.
He didn't.
It's true.
Yep, you're right.
Well, Jason, happy birthday. Enjoy your rest of the day. And you guys, you want to play him singing happy birthday on the way out to himself, Chris?
No, we definitely don't need to do that.
Happy birthday to
Happy birthday. All right, I'm hanging up now. Bye.
Take care. Be good. I was doing it for him because he didn't want to hear himself sing happy birthday. So I gave ourselves a take care, be good. That was Jason Wilde of Wilde and Tausch. On the other side, stay tuned because we're giving away an opportunity to see a new Giannis documentary. So that's really important. Plus the Take Machine. All that and more next on Kyle Brust and Nortman.
This is Kyle Brust and Nortman, KBN.
I still am in shock that I was asked what my baby was fed. Shout out to Diana McGuanago. Formula or breast milk or breastfeeding. I will get back to you via email, Diana. So pour one out to no more breast milk talk on KBN.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
My friend and I are taking a trip to Mexico this year, but neither of us speak Spanish. So we downloaded Babbel and started learning Spanish fast.
Want to start getting conversational in another language? In as little as 3 weeks, Babbel's quick 10-minute lessons were designed by language experts to be the most efficient and effective way to learn a new language.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
Babbel, language for life. Celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's BABBEL.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Breaking news on ESPN Madison is presented by Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or visit MetroKiaofMadison.com.
Jesse Nelson here for Hanson & Sons, Madison's #1 family-owned chimney and fireplace specialist. To celebrate 71 years of service, Hanson & Sons is offering 7.1% savings on any of their new high-efficiency installed fireplaces or their expert winter masonry chimney repairs. Replace that old, dirty, wood-burning fireplace with a new high-efficiency, remote-controlled gas or electric fireplace. Sale ends February 29th. Go to HansonandSons.com for more information. That's HansonandSons.com.
What does it take to make a diamond? Extreme heat and pressure and about 1 billion years. But you can't wait that long. What do? You go to Goodman's Jewelers. I'm John Hayes from Goodman's Jewelers. There's a reason we are the Diamond Store of Madison. Since 1933, we provided outstanding service and selection to our customers. And that in turn has helped to establish countless great memories through the years. Goodman'sJewelers.com. Located at 220 State Street. Truly a destination worth reaching.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. I joined the Princeton Club because I was looking for a place I could invest in my health, and the environment and the community I have felt has made it so easy for me to incorporate it into my everyday life. It doesn't matter where you're at in your fitness journey because they have something to offer everyone. It also goes beyond fitness. From the moment you walk in the club to the moment you walk out, there is a togetherness felt throughout the members and staff that keeps you going for your better tomorrow. Don't wait any longer and get started on your fitness journey today at PrincetonClub.net. That's PrincetonClub.net.
At Gruber Law Offices, our biggest priority is the care and service we provide to our clients. We know accidents can be overwhelming, and we're here to help every step of the way. Call now. One call, that's all.
The host might be irrelevant, but the conversations aren't.
Bringing in young, energetic dudes that connect well with these players and can tell a message like that. Ass whippings are universal.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe.
That might be just my new catchphrase.
Ass whippings are universal?
That's a universal language.
Mr. Irrelevant with Alex Strofe. Live on ESPN Madison's YouTube every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And available wherever you get your podcasts.
We tend not to think about right now, but right now in front of us is victory over cancer. Right now, cancer research funded by the V Foundation is leading to better treatments and saving lives. When you give to the V Foundation, 100% of your donation goes directly to game-changing cancer research. Victory over cancer is there for the taking by you. Donate at V.org, because today's cancer research is tomorrow's victory.
Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
This is Kyle Brust-Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Brad Nortman, do not take this as an opportunity to slack off tomorrow.
Why?
Because I think you put in good work yesterday with your Packers Puns Valentine's Day message.
Oh, yes?
Homer gave you a research assignment that wasn't assigned to you. You just took it by the horns. And it tied in very nicely. If you miss Brad giving one-hit wonders almost, guys who played a full season, I actually wrote down the criteria. I just got to find it. Got a lot of piece of paper.
I got it.
No, I got it too. Guys who had a good or great season in the last 20 years roughly, either as close to a rookie or a first-year starter, guys who then dropped off after that said good first year, and they played a full season. And so that was the criteria in which Homer was trying to figure out, like, who's had a really good season and then sort of fell off. Not saying... No, but you don't. Here's why you don't. We went through Nick Foles, Josh Freeman, Derek Anderson, RG3, Matt Castle, Colin Kaepernick, Gardner Minshew, Baker Mayfield, Mitch Trubisky, whoever it may be, right? I thought Jason, which I say if you missed any of that from the 3 o'clock hour, from Brad giving it to Jason joining us, Jason broke down why he doesn't think Jordan's going to fit in this criteria. I thought it was great research. But I also thought it was really compelling to hear Jason talk about how Matt LaFleur and what Stenovich, like even him talking about Aaron Rodgers with Stenovich, not knowing what they're just so much more connected and cohesive and moving in the same direction together that it feels like he's in a better position than a lot of these quarterbacks were to succeed. And that's what Jason got across to me. I don't know if it got across to you.
It did. I think that's a great point. Environment matters a lot. And even of these 10 guys, 3 of them suffered from injuries. So talking about 30% just had injuries that never allowed them to play more. So, and you can never expect that. You can never project for that. That could be anybody. So the 70% that remain, it's a combination of, changing team to try to get into a different area. Maybe it was a dysfunctional franchise that we talked about with the Jets. Mm-hmm. And sometimes they were just rolling for a year and they fell off. So I don't think this is directly attributable to Jordan Love. I think what Jordan Love has at his disposal, both his talent, his coaching, the talent around him, the patience by which they developed him, all go for his favor. I do not think he would be one of these guys. Just an interesting thing for us to remember as we continue to grade him.
See, this is what I like. We were given a cautionary tale before that, where I prefer us to talk about the success stories that I believe Jordan Love is going to follow in the footsteps of.
You're like a Disney movie fan, clearly.
I am a Disney fan, but just overall, I just don't feel like these guys are comparable to him just because of the fact that the situation that he is in is very different than a lot of these guys' situations. A lot of these guys didn't get a chance to sit. You just talked about organizational structure. A lot of these guys, these organizations you're talking about haven't been great. The Philadelphia Eagles, fantastic. Tampa Bay, take away the Tom Brady years, they've been up and down with quarterbacks. We know how the Browns are. We know how Washington is. Matt Castle did not stay with the Patriots. He went to the Kansas City Chiefs. And before they got Andy Reid, before they got Pat Mahomes, they were not this Kansas City Chiefs team. They were always looking for quarterbacks. And so, again, I just don't like putting him in the category with these guys. I'm going to put him in the categories with the winners.
And to be fair, right, when Homer asked about this research, Kyle was arguing that he's in the organization of the Green Bay Packers that has had 2 Hall of Fame quarterbacks before him. So
that's right.
That is just a cherry on top of comparing him to all the quarterbacks I mentioned no less than 5 minutes ago that you can hear Brad give a full breakdown on WisconsinOnDemand.com. But right now, if you are a Bucs fan or just a Wisconsin sports fan who loves Giannis, it is your chance to be there for a premiere of the new Giannis documentary called Giannis, The Marvelous Journey. Watch Giannis's growth from the streets of Greece with his family to superstardom right here in Milwaukee. So right now, get your numbers ready on your phone. We're giving away a pair of tickets to the premiere at the Marcus Movie Theater in Brookfield on Monday night. Watch the film, meet some of your favorite Good Karma Brands Milwaukee and Madison hosts, get your Bucs swag, and your chance to see Giannis, The Marvelous Journey, in Brookfield on Monday. And it's happening right now. We're giving away that right now. Let's go with caller number... All right, I was going to say that. I just didn't know if you want to answer the phone 34 times. For a premiere for Giannis, The Marvelous Journey, tickets in Brookfield at the Marcus Movie Tavern, 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. What an opportunity. May be there if I get a chance to, new baby, new dad. I got to make sure I can make that happen. But Giannis, The Marvelous Journey, a new documentary at the Movie Tavern in Brookfield. Caller 34, 800-990-3776. 800-990-ESPN. We're giving that away. Rutledge and Hamilton Crosstalk coming up next.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman